What's poppin', people? This is Greyson, and welcome back to episode 2 of The Station. I am joined here with... I am not your host, and I am joined with host...
Price Everett. So what's going up, everybody? What's going on? That doesn't make any sense. What's up, everybody? That's what I meant to say.
So if you can't tell already, Price has been trying and failing. The reason we had Grayson do the stand-in for the intro is because, Price was like... We started off, he's like, 3, 2, 1... What's everybody up? He got real upset. So it was something.
It was good. I stumbled through it too, but it's okay. We're here, and we got topical topics.
So let's go ahead and get right into it. First, let's talk about a new horror movie trailer dropped. It's called The Witch. It's a little bit more indie looking, but You showed it to me, the trailer, and you also showed it to Charles Grayson. Why don't you start off? What were your impressions of that trailer? You're the big horror movie guy out of the three of us, so what would you... How did it affect you? How did you feel about that trailer?
Well, one thing that I really liked about it was that, it's kind of going outside of the box of normal horror movies. It's not just a bunch of teenage girls getting chased by, ghosts that'll just... drag them into nothing. It's period. It's set in a time period, and also I
early North American settlement or something.
Yeah, it looks like Puritan era, honestly.
Yeah.
But I also like that the trailer didn't really give you much in the way of plot. It didn't really spoil anything. It was creepy. It was intriguing, and I like that. I like that. I'm still wondering. So
right.
I'm excited.
Right. Well, what would you say, Charles? You just watched it. Maybe a minute and a half ago. So. What would you say about it?
Well, it's really cool. One thing I liked about the trailer is that there are lots of, to compare it to, I don't know if we talked about it in the last episode or not, but The Green Inferno, which was a horror movie trailer I saw a lot last year at the movies.
Did we talk about The Green Inferno?
We probably
did not.
We didn't talk about The Green Inferno? We talk about it a lot.
I would have talked about it for a while.
Yeah,
okay.
We're gonna skip over why it's not good. But in the trailer, they were like, watch out for this gore! And, everyone in the audience would be like, But when I was watching the trailer for The Witch, there's this scene with the peekaboo, right?
Right.
And it was done so spookily that every time she was gonna open her face and said peekaboo, I had no idea what was gonna happen. I thought something was horrifying was going down. And so the trailer kept me on edge and kept me wondering what is the what's the spook? What's the bad guy? And I still don't know.
You really don't see it. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. For sure. I would say that for me, I think the thing about this trailer that impressed me the most was the pacing of the trailer itself, which, a lot of modern horror movie trailers, and you probably know more about this than I do, Grayson, just from, you watch more of them than I do, but the ones that I have seen, they kind of all follow the same formula. It's everybody's happy, spooky thing, music gets deeper and
bass.
Slightly faster,
Bass.
Lots of bass. They all kind of follow that same format. This one...
Jump scare.
Jump scare, or teases a jump scare. This one...
Guy falls down.
Yeah. This one really took its time with it.
Yeah.
Really it got you kind of engrossed in that world, and I appreciated that about it. I guess I just feel that, I just really enjoyed the pacing of it. The story really intrigued me. I like the fact that it's not just another modern day slasher or whatever film. It's
it's not found footage.
It's not found footage.
If only that wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
That's a real account.
What do you want from me?
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It got me really excited to see the movie because a lot of horror trailers, I'm like, yeah,
same
this was
thing.
this was a solid, really, really good trailer. So I'm excited to see it.
Spooky.
Where are we? When does it come out? Do you know?
I'm thinking first quarter of 2016, but don't quote me on that.
Right. I mean, we're not entirely sure the actual date. All this trailer says is coming 2016. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I would say though, at the latest, it would be early third quarter. But it's a horror movie, and those usually hit around the beginning of the year.
Either beginning of the year or Halloween.
Yeah. So it's gonna be one of those.
Or if you're Krampus, Christmas time, because marketing.
I saw that.
Yeah.
How was that?
Oh, Krampus. So, Krampus wasn't necessarily bad. It was actually kind of close to being good. It was funny because you have gingerbread men killing people
That's
with
funny.
candy
Ginger
canes.
dead man.
And I don't say that Ginger Dead Man. I don't say that.
Make a T-shirt.
I don't say that as in
real
like
funny.
it was funny. It was so bad that it was funny. It was trying to be funny, and it was funny. The only problem is like towards the end, the ending.
The third act just kind of fall apart.
Yeah, it fell apart.
Okay.
But there was great claymation scenes too.
Now that's cool. Speaking of claymation scenes, I mentioned you don't know that Ginger Dead Man is a real thing.
No, I didn't.
There's a Ginger Dead Man is a movie. I've never seen it. There's also a crossover movie called Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong, which
That's what it sounds like.
They're apparently making a TV show about a time traveling bong. So
great.
I don't know
Adult
anything
Swim?
about it. I just read
Adult
the headline.
Swim?
I just didn't read it. So
So Krampus was okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't see it, but if you could see it for free, watch it.
right.
Okay, well, and that's an interesting setting too. I feel like setting can make.
Well, and
horror
speaking of
movie.
setting, the setting for The Witch was really cool.
Yeah,
Like, it
it's
really
really
was
unique.
engaging and everything. Okay, so our next piece of movie news. Before I say this, I want to explain my thoughts on the
Michael Bay.
Yeah, okay. So, Transformers 5, you need to understand some backstory leading into this. The executives for Paramount, or whoever does it, got in a writer's room full of, like, Academy Award-winning writers, like Akiva Goldsmith, like, all these fantastic up-and-coming writers. They've been working at the story for this movie for months because Transformers 4 was so bad, and everything was going great. And then Big Daddy Bay comes back, and let me just read you this quote of how he's...
Can you see him walking in with his like baseball
Yeah.
cap and his sunglasses? He's like, "I heard you were making Transformers 5."
Okay, so I want to read you the quote
Where
of
do I-
how he said he was making Transformers 5, and try not to just. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on my inner Bay.
Your
So,
inner Bay.
Where's my flat bill? I don't have one with me. This is gonna be tougher than I thought. Okay, so I'm doing Transformers 5. Is it? I've taken a lot of work. It's fun to do a movie that 100 million people will see. But this is the last one. I have to pass the reins to someone else. J.J. Abrams told me, you're the guy that could do this. But it's time to move on. Just one more.
Just one more.
Okay, so I'm going to save my thoughts for the end. Charles, what do you think about Michael Bay coming to direct Transformers 5 after the stinker that was Age of Extinction?
Okay, well, I never saw Age of Extinction actually.
I couldn't bring myself to see it. But I read so much about it.
Well, I
and,
mean,
like
what's his
they
name?
misused Grimlock in it.
Yeah, Grimlock, who was one of my favorite ones, but
Dinosaur.
my favorite thing about the quote has to be, I'm making Transformers, what is it, 5? Is it like Transformers 5
He's sitting there
now?
like counting on his fingers, like
the 3, no, that way I'm making 5, and that one, she was mean to me.
7.
7?
I don't think like. And here's the thing, I like the first Transformers movie a lot.
Same?
The original Transformers movie, Michael Bay, I thought he did a good job with it. I know Grayson probably thinks different, but you have to definitely say out of the 4 that have come out, it's by far the best one.
It was, if they had ended it
I
with
really
the first
enjoy
one.
it.
Like, the first one, it was like, guys, look, remember that cartoon you liked as a kid? It's a big action blowout movie.
Woo.
Everyone can go see the movie and be like, ooh, what a cool action time. And then he's like, look, a sequel. Look, another sequel. Oh, you thought that was a trilogy? It's a double digity.
Bring in Mark Wahlberg.
The quadrilogy.
Yeah, so.
Mark Wahlberg.
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark.
So-
and the Funky Bunch.
Okay. I guess I'll give my thoughts on this quote. Michael Bay is being an arrogant asshole, to say
Yeah,
the
it's
least.
just- yeah.
Like he's like, oh, okay. So how many have I done? 5. Yes, this will be the 5th, and I am so cocky. I know 100 million people are going to show up to this film that I'm making because it's Transformers 5, and you cheap will go and buy this because it's Transformers 5. That's what he's saying.
Lord Megatron, it's Transformers 5!
Yes. See, I've never liked the Transformers movies. It's never been my
Not even like as a kid?
I like the Transformers.
90s one.
I like the TV show,
Yeah.
but the movies,
Which one?
I kind of felt the movies
All
were
of them.
boring and stupid and Shia
The
Yeah.
Transformers TV has been really hit or miss, actually. The first show is not good. Transformers, the original
Nah.
cartoon,
No, it's terrible.
it's not good.
That
Transformers...
3D animated one's really bad, too.
Oh, Beast Wars.
Beast Wars is terrible.
Beast Wars is so weird.
You can't watch it.
It has such a weird cult
with
following.
a title
too.
like that. It's hard to
Let me
imagine.
see. Armada was cool.
I love the
I didn't
animated
follow any of the ones after that. And then
Was-
there was Transformers Animated, which was actually pretty good.
It was fun. And
I liked that
Transformers Prime on the hub was pretty good too.
I never. Oh, the birthplace of
My
everyone's
Little Pony.
favorite show.
Okay,
So, Ghost, are you a brony?
For my thoughts, oh god. So my thoughts on this is, here's the thing. I don't know Michael Bay. Michael Bay might be the nicest, coolest person ever. He might be, a charity giver. He could be, literally just one of the best people I've ever met. But this quote just solidifies that he should not be on Transformers anymore. He's done too much. He's ruined. Like, I love the Transformers, man. Like, I grew up on Armada and all that stuff. And I love the first movie. I think he did a good job, but that's just what happens when directors stay on the same property too long. They're claiming ownership of a property that, especially with something like it's a licensed property, they don't own it. It's not his property. He needed to move away. Critics, everyone hated Transformers 4, but they still wanted to see it because explosions, get your testosterone moving and everything, and that's great.
Yeah.
But he needs to step away. And this isn't. I don't want to disparage him personally because he, like I said, he could be the coolest guy ever. He might be the worst person I've ever met as well, but I don't know that. But just based on this quote, the guy needs to leave Transformers alone, especially after all of the progress that they apparently made with this writer's room of incredible talent, and you're giving it to the same guy that ruined 3 other Transformers movies. That makes no sense except the fact that they want more money.
It's not only that. It's also the fact that he obviously, first of all, 5, is it? Shows that he's lost track of how many atrocities he's made. And second of all, the whole 100 million thing, he doesn't really want to put any work because he already thinks it's going to be a blockbuster.
Because it's going to be a blockbuster.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to see it.
He's not really going to try.
I can tell you this.
He's going to take his money and
The
run.
first trailer of Age of Extinction, that was amazing.
Well, yeah, because Grimlock was in it. I was like, is this going to be the good one?
Yeah.
He doesn't show up to the first,
I
last 2
guarantee you, the first trailer for Transformers 5 is going to come out, and we're all going to think it's the coolest thing ever. And the movie's probably going to suck.
Here's what's going to happen. Here's my prediction right now, so it can be recorded. I'm going to show up to your house. You're going to be like, all right, let's watch the Transformers 5 trailer before the podcast.
It'll be episode 38 of this show.
All right, we'll be sitting
That'd
there.
be really weird if that was true.
We'll be in Auburn.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll if this holds true, something special will happen. Anyways, we'll be sitting there. You'll be like, watch the trailer. I'll be like, okay. And it'll start off normally, and then this giant golden ball will, like, be there. It'll be like, I will consume. And then I'm gonna cry, because I'm gonna go, it's Unicron! And I'm gonna get really excited, because, like, it's the Transformers 1 movie. And then I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be the best movie ever, because it's Unicron. And then it's not.
Here's the thing. Apparently, this is going to be the second movie in another Transformers trilogy. And so, because of that, if they're going to do Unicron, they might tease him at the end of 5, but that'd be so cool if he showed up.
Oh, sorry, listeners. That's my wind chimes in the background. We opted to set this recording outside today. I mean,
It might be butchered.
Yeah, the mic's a little spiky, but we actually have this nice little alcove. If the wind chimes would stop, that'd be great. But
Zephyr.
this was significantly better than our, as far as echo goes, than our last recording spot.
We're trying to find a good spot to record because we want to make sure this sounds the best for you. But anyway, let's move on to the next topic. The next 2 topics are TV related. First of all, Daredevil season 2 is coming, I believe, March the 18th. I think that's the right date. They released a trailer for season 2, which is really just a recap of season 1.
Really?
But what are your thoughts on Daredevil, on the Daredevil TV show? How do you feel about the first season? Are you excited for season 2? What are your thoughts on Daredevil season 2?
Well, I haven't watched all of season 1s, and I haven't seen the trailer yet, actually. So I don't really have any thoughts. But why don't you guys let me know? Like, what do I need to watch out for?
Don't worry about it. So,
have you not seen season 1 of Daredevil?
Not all of it, no. Only
Okay. So, Greyson, what would you say is? Actually, you know what? I'll talk about it for a second. Okay. I went into Daredevil season 1 really not expecting much. No one knew really what to expect of it, and I came out of it loving it. I mean, it's dark, it's gritty, it's cool, great acting. I mean, Vincent D'Onofrio is the Kingpin. Is just fantastic. It's amazing.
This is a white piece of paper.
It's a white piece of paper.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and I love Daredevil season 1. Season 2 is gonna have Elektra in it. It's gonna have the Punisher in it.
Yeah.
Punisher.
Like the Punisher.
Yeah.
That's so cool to me. I'm so excited for season 2. I think it could be awesome. I mean, I don't know, but it's coming out soon. It's coming out in 2 months.
If the action sequences are anything like I saw in the first episode,
oh, the action gets better. Like,
if it's anything
especially
like the show,
I think it was episode 3. They had that that was all done in one continuous take in that hallway, which was just mind blowing to watch.
Yeah.
But I think that if it's anything like season 1, I know I'm going to be happy with it.
So, I went into Daredevil with high expectations because I think you recommended it to me.
Yeah, I think I did.
And those expectations were met, and I was very happy with the show, and I wanted a lot more because I watched all of that in like a week. So, yeah, I'm excited. The action's always great. The story's good. What's not to love? I think there's a cute chick in there. Someone's laughing maniacally in the background.
well,
All right, so if you hear us screaming...
yeah, if you hear us screaming, like I said...
Call 911 3 days later.
We're in this
Kidding, don't do
beautiful
that.
setting right now. We're under this little porch with these dangling lights, and I made sure all my neighbors were asleep, and then from behind us I hear...
Is that the Predator? Is that you?
Carl Weathers.
Carl...
Charles, what are your, that Punisher's going to be in it, Elektra's going to be in it. What are your thoughts on just your excitement for that? And obviously, are you going to finish season 1?
Yeah, I'll watch season 1 before I start 2. And I just think that... More maniacal laughter. I feel that the concept of tying in a TV show into your cinematic universe that Marvel's doing with these shows...
Predators having a lot of fun in the background.
Losing it. I can't. This person's either Predator or just probably insane. Let's
what it sounds like. I'm sorry.
It's like this. It's like this
awful.
phantom.
I'm sorry.
Okay, this is stuff you're only gonna find here on the station. Stay tuned to the station.
Click subscribe. And
We'll get to that at the end.
Yeah,
for the best.
Obviously. Well,
Shameless plug.
I think it's cool. I'm interested because when there wasn't a Punisher movie, I'm like, okay, Punisher's out of the Marvel universe.
Punisher.
They're not gonna make use of him, and to find out that he's in the show,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Plus, the guy that played Shane in The Walking Dead is playing the Punisher.
I don't know anything about The Walking Dead.
If you watch The Walking Dead, John Bernthal, who plays Shane in the first 2 seasons, he's awesome. He's playing Frank Castle, a.k.a. the Punisher.
That's cool.
It's
Emily
it's
Kinney
awesome casting.
was my sister. So, Emily Kinney, Beth Green.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was my sister at one point in time.
Oh, yeah,
she's
when
of
Greyson-
ASF.
Let's not elaborate on that.
Yeah.
Grayson was involved in theater. That's all there is to it. It was for money. It was for money.
Well,
Yeah,
for money.
I accidentally bitch slapped her on stage, and it was great.
It was great.
That's terrible.
she looked at me and she goes, "Don't touch this," and she was pointing at her face. And I was like, "Okay."
Yes, ma'am.
Well, what was the circumstances that led to that?
So it was like flying, flying. And then so I took a step too close to Emily, and I go flying and clock her in the face and knock her down. And I turned around, and I was like, "Oh, that was supposed to happen, guys. Get up, Emily."
And she gets up, she's like,
"Come on, Wendy, let's go to the
It wasn't
dinner."
during a show, was it?
It was during a show. It was during a night.
flying! You sound like Sonic the Hedgehog in freaking colors. You're like, rocket!
Rocket! Drill! Okay, moving on to the next topic.
Someone animate that, please.
Okay, so NBC has announced that they've ordered a pilot for a new TV show that uses DC characters, but it's not your typical Superman and Batman. It's sort of basically normal people who work in an office building, but that's also in the realm of superheroes. It's going to be called Powerless. It's basically it's a comedy. It's a sitcom that takes place in a world of superheroes, but it doesn't focus on the superheroes. It focuses on normal people who have to deal with that. What do you guys think of that concept as a show? And a lot of people are thinking, this sounds a lot like Marvel's Damage Control comic, which if you haven't read that, it's basically superhero insurance. Mm-hmm. They're an insurance company that basically fixes buildings that superheroes destroy.
It's great.
It's really funny. The difference between this and Damage Control is that with Damage Control, they're actively involved with superheroes, but this just sounds kind of like they're there,
Mm-hmm.
and
They're
rest,
the extras. And the Avengers.
who look up in the sky and oh no, this also taking place in the DC universe, which is interesting. A lot of people think dude, can Booster Gold please be on an episode? Because if Booster Gold's in this show, that's going to make my life. So, Charles and Grayson, what do you guys think about that idea of Powerless?
First, a question. while it's in the DC universe, it's a TV show. Is it in the DC television universe, Arrow, Flash, or is it in the DC movie universe, Batman v Superman?
Probably neither one. There's actually like 3 television universes right now.
Okay.
Whatever.
But like, Supergirl is kind of with
Supergirl.
Arrow and Flash, and then there's Gotham, which is just weird. I like it, but it's on its own. And then this is going to be on NBC, which originally had Constantine, but Constantine was also on Arrow recently. So no one really knows. We just know that it takes place using DC characters. So as far as how it relates to other television shows, we don't know. However, it is not. I highly doubt it would be in the movie universe, mainly because, I mean, the movie universe is much more serious, this is a comedy, so a workplace comedy, like The Office style.
Well,
so,
I think it's a cool idea. I think that obviously it's going to pander to the comic geek crowd, the people who appreciate the comics.
the question is going to be able to, are regular people, like non-comic people, going to be able to watch it and just be like, that's funny.
I think they will be able to do that if they pull it off correctly, and it's like a comedy, which is what it sounds like it's going to be. I think it could kind of parody the entire like superhero TV show thing.
I think if they advertise it as more of a comedy and less of a superhero related show,
Yeah.
I think it could really pull off. Well, do you guys like the name though too?
Powerless?
The name Powerless.
Yeah.
Because like they don't have any powers. They're powerless to what these superheroes are doing. There's gonna be like, well, crap.
They're muggles.
Well, yeah, and it sounds like the DC universe isn't what's really important about the show. What's important is the people responding to superheroes.
Right. Which
And
I think's really cool.
I feel like the thing is I could be wrong, but they had the idea for the show. They let's have a show where people respond, normal people and superheroes. And instead of saying, okay, we have to make up all these heroes, they were like, why don't we use the DC universe? Tons of iconic heroes that we can use to fit this situation.
I think that could be it for sure. I'm a DC guy. I love Marvel. I love a lot of Marvel's characters, a lot of their comics. Their Star Wars run right now is awesome. If you haven't been reading their Star Wars comics, really cool. However, I'm always going to be. I think I've always preferred DC in a way. So hearing this, that's just such a cool idea. It's like a different kind of side to the DC universe because everybody's always used to seeing this serious, like dark and brooding, like Arrow and all this kind of stuff, and I love that. But it's going to be cool to see this kind of light take, not only in the DC universe, but superhero genre in general, and it could be really funny. Like, it could be a really, like, this could be comedic gold if they do it right. Comedic booster gold. Am I right?
It seems that there comes a point. It seems that there comes a point in every episode where Grayson and I have to like look at you and say, "Why did we do this?"
I'm down the river.
Oh my god. So I'm my feelings are slightly hurt right now, but I'm okay. We're gonna push through this. So now we're gonna move on to some video game stuff. And this shouldn't take too long, but they've finally announced the long-awaited Oculus Rift's price. And Grayson, how much does the Oculus Rift gonna cost you?
Okay, flat. Let's let good old Zephyrus calm down here for a few seconds.
He's mad about the price too. It's what it is.
All right,
My name's Price Everett. Welcome to the station.
So the flat rate of a Oculus Rift will land you about $599 US. $599 US. $500 PlayStation 3 starting price. But here's the thing.
Oh God!
You can't.
That was like 7-8 years ago. Jeez.
See, you can't.
Wow.
You can't play anything on just the Oculus Rift alone. It's not a 3DS. It ain't got the capabilities for that. So you're going to need a computer that can run the programming, and that's going to land you at least another $400-$500 easily.
Welcome to the thousands land.
And this isn't even the dev kit. This is the commercial asking price.
So we're not sitting pretty, but. If you're worried about this, I wouldn't be, because Sony is also releasing a VR system pretty soon, and it's just going to be like a little under $300, I believe.
Plus, it'll probably be compatible with the PlayStation 4 or whatever they come up with.
It'll definitely be compatible with the PlayStation 4. But so that little competition should be enough to bring the prices down.
Plus, other people are making
VR,
like HTC's making one or something.
So hold out on it now, but. It could be the future.
Plus, there's not going to be much for it.
It could be the future.
You could get waifus in real life.
Oh, no, please. Triggered. Anyways.
If you don't understand what that means, then that means you're
a good person.
You're going to be okay in life.
Don't Google it.
Please don't.
You'll think less of me.
I'm going to tell you how to spell it. So,
wait. So you're telling me that the Virtual Boy now costs $600.
$599 US dollars.
$599.
Okay,
That's
so with
shit.
tax, that's like $560.
Depending on what state you live in, yes.
Oh, you're right. I forgot the taxes.
We don't have a flat tax, Charles.
Okay, I feel the
Ours
burn.
is 10%, so
I'm sorry. Okay.
it's gonna
Look,
be like six.
I just started economics. Okay.
$6.59.
Okay.
About that.
8675309.
So, yeah, my thoughts is, wow, that's expensive.
Moving on.
What? Moving on. So, Grayson, I want you to talk about this, as you're the big Mortal Kombat guy. But they're coming out with the Kombat Pack 2, and Ed Boon said some stuff.
Zephyrus, please. Okay,
God,
so
we're never recording outside again. I apologize. If you love this episode, never mind.
leave us a review, please.
Yeah,
Let
I'd
us
love
know. But back to Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. So yeah, that's my game. Charles also plays it, but
I
yeah,
play it some too. Bro.
Ed Boon has been like, yo, we got Kombat Pack 2 gameplay footage being revealed this week. So, and a lot of rumors are saying tomorrow, but
It is ending the week tomorrow.
yeah, so I'm thinking tomorrow, and then ESL, which is the big like Wi-Fi tournament league, is having its finals on on the 24th. What day is it? I don't know where I am, but
Next weekend, the 24th would be for 2 weeks.
okay, in 2 weeks. So I'm thinking we're gonna get a character dropped after ESL finals. That's my prediction. Charles made a prediction. I'm making one.
Which
And
one do you think it's going to be out of the
Leatherface, sadly, because no one cares about Leatherface, and they're gonna open up.
It's true.
Jason was the first one released in Combat Pack 1.
But everybody liked Jason.
Everyone loved Jason. Too bad he sucks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think the one out of those four, the one I'm most excited about is Xenomorph.
Oh, well, no. Alien. He's
that's-
not called Xenomorph, actually. He's called
Alien?
He's called Alien.
Cool.
I bet one of his styles is going to be like.
The Xenomorph style.
Who knows? Well, I'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But I'm probably
Or
most
Tribal.
excited for Bo Rai Cho, honestly.
That looks kind of cool.
Bo
Yeah.
Rai Cho,
He's
the
gonna be
drunken
quirky.
sensei.
Honestly, everything except Leatherface is hyper hype.
No one
And
cares
like
about
Leatherface, like really isn't terrible, but like we could have had Freddy versus Jason again.
Yeah.
We could have Michael Myers.
Mike
Or you
Myers.
could have. I mean,
The Thing from John Carpenter's
you could have.
The Thing.
That would have been. Well, is there a lot to work out for a fighting
Nah,
character there?
That's
Not
true
really.
too.
But like
That'd
you
be
don't
cool, though.
there's a lot of I think a little bit too many horror movie characters introduced. I know that's the guest thing of Mortal Kombat. You know, now we have the Alien, we have I guess Predator's not really a horror movie character.
Action. Zephyrus is coming from the other side.
Oh, Zephyrus,
Oh,
please.
hello, Zephyrus from the other side.
Hello from me.
The other side. Okay.
I'm trying to
But
make-
like something if like even bringing back another Mortal Kombat character or something even more creative. I don't know. Another movie monster.
Who would you have used besides Leatherface?
I would have used Freddy, but he was also in Mortal Kombat 9.
Okay, so like what new character would you use? Like,
New-
what horror character would you use that isn't Leatherface?
Someone
Jason's
else.
mom? I don't know.
No,
From
not
the
Mother
first one.
Voorhees. You keep going. You think of something.
Wow.
I'm burning.
There's
Does
a lot
King
of-
Boo from Super Mario Brothers count?
Maybe the Wolfman?
Waluigi.
Oh, Waluigi and Mortal Kombat.
No, but like the Wolfman would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
So that'd be kind of a cool fighting style. It'd be kind of really a brawler style. The Blob.
The Blob? Oh,
I
man.
would have. Okay, so
no.
since
Wolfman's probably my pick.
I don't really have a problem with Leatherface. Like, I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think it's a good movie. I don't have a problem with Leatherface. It's just he's in a lineup with Triborg and the Alien
Yeah.
and Bo Rai Cho.
He doesn't fit.
He's just.
doesn't fit.
Oh, there's Leatherface. Like,
Yeah.
like.
And even the announcement trailer, just like.
Yeah, although I think Leatherface is going to have, like, the best command grab in the game. I think he's going to be able to, like, run across the stage and grab you with, like, his chainsaw and put it in your stomach and, like, rev it and
Cool
then drop
X-ray.
you. Yeah.
Cool X-ray.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course, Bo Rai Cho is going to be super cool. Triborg is going to be.
3 characters in one.
I
and
can't
then
tell if that's cheap or creative.
we're gonna
both.
get well. No. The
You think
thing
each
is,
style is gonna
yeah,
be the
that,
dude?
that's
Cyrax,
definitely going to be it. Sector,
robot Smoke, and then,
Sector.
Okay, if you're part of the Ling Kuei faction, means you're going to be able to be Robot Smoke. And after you win, you can summon the ghost of yourself to go and cut the opponent's head off.
Yep, that's super.
If you've never played Mortal Kombat, you might not want to anymore.
No, now you
Or
will
actually,
want
you might
to.
really want to.
You could be the ghost of your past self. Call it in the ghost
By
of
the
your
way,
past
this
self.
is not an advertisement for this game. We legitimately are excited.
Boone, please.
Ed Boon's not right
I
behind
wish
me,
this was
whispering
an
in my
ad for
ear.
this game.
He's definitely not interested in a 30 so far viewed podcast.
Good job, guys. Keep making me more money.
Shut up, Ed Boon. He's not actually here though.
Okay.
I play basketball at my house.
I'm gonna go over.
I am noobs.
Okay. The elephant in the room about the Kombat pack.
Okay.
It's the alien. It's the freaky alien.
He's an elephant?
You're watching the Combat Pack trailer. You're like, wow, this
Elephant Xenomorph.
looks really cool. I'm having a great time. And then the alien comes out of Baraka's chest, and then you're like, it's the alien. And then the alien drops down during the thing, and it has Baraka's little arm blades.
I think that's just going to be a variation.
True. It could.
Wait, have we seen video of that?
Yes.
Well, it's in the trailer. At the end, he goes.
I think so. Here's what I think about that. I think you're going to have the Tarkatan variation, which is Baraka's the host, and I think we're going to get a more classic xenomorph from Alien
With just
1.
claws and
Just like being able to. I think he's going to be able to like throw
acid.
face huggers something. Face huggers going to be
That'd
in
be
there
hilarious.
something.
Oh,
maybe
that would
as
be
a fatality.
as the non-killing fatality. You know
Yeah.
how Predator cleans a skull. This one he puts a face hugger on, and then like a few minutes later, you see like blah come out of their chest.
I know. Can the alien go invisible? Will he be able to do the anti-chip thing that Predator?
No, Alien
I don't
Alien
think
did
so.
not have camouflage.
He didn't have
abilities.
camo. Wow.
He did if he.
Maybe we'll get the dog alien variation.
From Alien 3.
The Pred Alien did have camera
Okay,
ability.
Pred Alien.
That
is,
would be crazy.
is cool. Like you're like
The concept's
you're
cool.
like,
that movie's terrible.
You're like, whoa.
do not watch
the
Alien
Preda-
versus
No.
Predator.
Watch Alien
Vengeance,
versus Predator,
or whatever it
and
is.
then watch Alien versus Predator Requiem.
That's it, Requiem.
Okay, that movie is the biggest piece of garbage. There's one scene where the Predalien walks into a nursery full of babies, and the director's like, you know how to be really edgy, and like it murders all the babies, and then like walks out, and the director's like, it's so adult and mature. It's what real action horror is about. And all the critics went, you are dumb, and let the movie die.
But so what do you think? Like, what are the variations we're gonna have? With
Grayson
Xenomorph?
makes the best.
I know we're gonna have a classic alien one.
They could
because
have
they'd
a
be missing
warrior.
out.
They could have a warrior alien from Aliens.
Yeah.
The type that were more suited to like
The
combat.
hunters.
Could be.
So you
Yeah.
could have like a more like projectile.
You think it's a way for them to get Baraka in the game without getting Baraka in the game? But
Baraka. Also, we don't know that that's Baraka. Actually,
That's true.
So
I'm surprised
the
they didn't
general
game.
the general idea is like, I have a theory that Aaron Black killed Baraka because
That's been heavily hinted. Like
because
really.
do you know Aaron Black's outlaw variation, the one with the sword?
Yeah.
that sword's a Tarkatan hand,
Oh,
and
that'd be kind of interesting. Wait, isn't he
Aaron-
fought in this campaign?
No, members of the Tarkatan race. Are.
yeah,
Was it not Baraka? I thought it was Baraka though, specifically.
I didn't play the campaign. So
Rain is in
maybe
the. There's a full
I know
Rain
Rain.
character model.
And
Rain.
Sindel.
Sindel, is she gonna scream in your ear and it gonna hurt?
Yep, they're all in
I
there.
hated Sindel. I hated playing against Sindel.
She always made me think Cruella Deville because of her hair.
Yeah,
True.
She's ugly. Ew.
Also,
Not as
rumor,
ugly as
rumor,
Gore.
rumor has it that Disney's making a Cruella Deville live-action movie in the vein of Maleficent, and Emma Stone is interested in playing.
Wait,
Cruella
trying to
Deville.
make Cruella Deville like a likable character?
Kind of like they
well,
did with
more
Maleficent.
tragic
Maleficent.
style.
More
which
tragic?
I don't know if that works.
How
'cause-
can you make a tragic character out of a lady that just wants to make a coat out of puppies?
See, that's the thing. If I get a Cruella Deville
I'll
movie,
have
I just want her to
problem.
be the worst person ever the entire movie. I don't want to feel bad for her.
I want her-
I don't wanna be
I hate
attracted
Cruella
to her.
Deville.
She wants.
No, you
she
can't have
wants a
Emma,
puppy
Emma Stone's
coat.
too pretty to play Cruella Deville.
Emma Stone's just too pretty.
Yeah.
A puppy coat. She wanted to make a coat
Out of puppy.
It's like
Makes no sense. Okay, so
She was just misunderstood.
no,
She was
she wanted to make a coat out of puppy.
no. That's
I'm just a soul whose intentions are good.
oh Lord, please don't let me make a coat out of puppies.
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
All right,
But yeah, that's
what else do we have on the agenda to talk about?
Okay, so really, as far as news and things to talk about, I mean, there's a new Batman vs Superman TV spot that came out, which basically shows Batman trying to drive the Batmobile into Superman and just bouncing off of him, and then
Yeah.
Batman's like, "Tell me,
Do you
do you bleed?" And you're like, "That's awesome." And then Superman flies away, and he's like, "You will." And you're like, "Ooh!" And then, see, I'm excited. I'm probably more excited for that movie than anybody else here.
I
That's
don't-
okay. Suicide Squad's gonna be great. Anyway, so there's a bunch of small things like that.
Yo, that little pause Bryce had with Bryce turning around and looking in my backyard like something was about to murder
I
him.
thought I saw a reflection in a window.
The predator's back.
It's a crazy lady from over there.
I don't know.
Welcome to the station. We now have 5 members: Grayson, Charles, Price, the crazy lady,
And Ed Boon.
No, and it's 6 members. Okay, Grayson, Price, Charles, crazy lady, Ed Boon, and my wind chimes chilling up there that have been contributing every now and then.
Zephyr.
So, Zephyrus, dude.
Yeah, so there's small stuff like that.
God of Wind.
You know, there's not really much else to talk about, so I thought we could end this episode talking about horror movies. We talked about The Witch. We've talked about, you know, the
horror
Kombat characters.
yeah.
So, you know, we'll get to Grayson at the end since he's like the horror master.
I'm shaking.
Charles, what is your favorite horror movie?
Well, I think I've already sort of mentioned that I'm not like the hugest like aficionado of the genre. They used to just freak me out beyond compare, and I didn't want to watch them. But I have broadened my horizon slightly. I've started watching more. My favorite horror movie, and probably my favorite movie, just to be honest, is Alien, the 1977 or 8 version with Sigourney Weaver. Well, they all have Sigourney Weaver. Anyways,
Sigourney Weaver.
She-
Forrest.
oh, no, we're skipping that. Anyways, that movie, from the moment you start watching it, you're like, oh, I'm intrigued. You're like involved in that world, and it's so the attention that went into the sets to make that ship, the atmosphere, the sound direction.
Ridley Scott directed it.
Yeah, Ridley Scott, who has made some pretty interesting movies. What's the one with him and the devil and the unicorn? Oh, okay. I'll talk about that later. Sorry.
I don't even know.
One day later. Anyways, the
just
the whole thing is when the alien shows up after he's come out of the guy's chest, the movie just becomes so like thick and tense. And you're watching it, you're like, where's the alien? And they do, you know, obviously they followed the philosophy what you don't see is scarier than what you do. It's a pretty good trait for movies. But they made sure that when you saw the alien, that it wasn't like some spooky guy or like someone with a mask. It was this insane, horrifying costume that looked
animatronic-like thing, right?
Oh no, it was a legitimate. It was a
costume?
legitimate costume that
Wow.
H.R. Geiger oversaw the production of. If I'm like wrong, I'm pretty sure I read an article
HR
about that.
Yeah, he did design the.
Yeah, he designed the
helped with
alien and he helped create the
He
costume.
wanted the face hugger to be huge.
Yeah, he did, and like
Also, the initial design was much more
Yeah,
phallic.
yeah,
And
well-
the
He-
chosen design is still very phallic looking.
well, yeah, he.
But the original
That
one
means
was like.
penis.
Yeah.
He includes a lot of those designs, sexual stuff in his artwork. But if in any interview, like you read about him or his family, they're like, "Yeah, he was a really nice guy. I know his art's creepy, but that just wasn't him at all. He was just really cool." But the thing is, like, when you see the alien, it's just so repulsive and like feminine, but also human and mechanical, and you're just like,
It has
"What?"
a penis for a head.
You're like, what? And the way it kills people, it's not like eating them. It's not killing them to survive. It's hunting them down.
and it's impregnating them.
No.
No.
That's not until Aliens.
Oh, that was aliens, wasn't
Because you have to have a queen alien to lay
Right,
the eggs,
right,
and the
right.
one on Aliens
But,
is just a
but
drone.
they do kind of like. I mean, they really just violate the body. and
well, yeah,
it's very
they rip a
unnerving.
hole. They thrust into it with their little mouth jaw, which is also supposed to. Everything about that movie is about being sexually assaulted. It's so disturbing.
Yeah.
Because like the face hugger gets in you and shoves something down your throat that puts like an embryo inside you, and the alien to kill you like thrusts a pole into you. That's so not okay.
No, that's awful.
It is, but like
It's an unnerving.
the thing
movie.
is, it's not like they go out there and say it. It's not like they're like prepare to get molested by an alien. They're not tasteless. They make you
Space Inferno.
They make you feel uncomfortable in a like a way where it's you making yourself feel
Right.
uncomfortable. It's the imagery that you have in your mind, not the alien itself. So I don't know. It's cool. I love that movie.
You know, my favorite. I've always been interested in like true crime, that kind of stuff, and so I'd say my 2 favorite horror movies. I'm really gonna go with my favorite. I love The Silence of the Lambs, but even more than The Silence of the Lambs, I thought about it. Is the prequel to it, which is Red Dragon,
Yeah, Red
which is has Edward Norton, Anthony Hopkins in it as well as Hannibal Lecter. But you know, you have the Tooth Fairy that Ralph Fiennes plays, and he's just it's so disturbing and it's creepy and it's just so cool, but just like you find yourself liking it. And you're like, ugh, God, this is awful. But you're like, I want to see more of this. And the cast is perfect, correct. I mean, Silence of the Lambs is a masterpiece. Everyone knows this, but if you had to tell me which movie honestly scared me more, I would have to go with Red Dragon, which is still a fantastic movie. I think Red Dragon, it had to be Red Dragon. Close second would be Zodiac. Zodiac just freaks me out.
Still never seen that one.
It freak you out because it's actually about like a real serial killer, the Zodiac killer, and you're just like,
dang.
You're just like, what? But no, Zodiac's great, but no, Red Dragon. You know, a lot of people might not really classify it as a horror movie because it's really more of a thriller. I know Greyson, you probably classify it as more of a thriller. I'd say, but I guess
I'll give it to you.
But few movies have like truly unnerved me like that, but at the same time kept me so engaged. So I would have to give it to Red Dragon. But Mr. Horoscope over here, if he ever had his own horror podcast, which could happen if this is successful and you guys keep listening. Greyson, what was your favorite horror movie of all time?
Of all time. What was my favorite horror? Okay.
Yeah, before the
whatever.
tragic,
Before
the
I
tragic
die.
Before the tragedy of my grammar, what is your favorite horror movie of all time?
So I know what you're thinking. I'm about to like spit off some weird indie horror BS that you've never heard.
Gallows! No,
Sorry.
it's Let the Right One In.
No, actually,
it's
it's a good movie. No, it's not that, and I'm gonna risk my reputation here, but Scream. And it's not because Scream's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. In fact, I don't even find it all that scary.
It's kind of funny, actually.
It's so well written and shot, and it's hilarious, but it's still got that whole like scare factor to it, where there's a few jump scares, and Charles is over here mouthing things, and
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, Charles hasn't seen it.
You need to see Scream. That opening scene with Drew Barrymore.
The opening scene. So this is what you can expect from Scream. They got Drew Barrymore, huge name. They kill her off within the first like 2 minutes of the film.
Wes Craven's a master, man.
Yeah, Wes Craven. Rest in peace. Rest in
Wes
peace. You were a genius. You made made a lot of bad stuff, but when you did things right, it was amazing. Also, that movie. The whole like ending to that movie is like this 40-minute party, like murder scene where everyone it kills really cool. A lot of people.
The
in
garage door.
The garage. Tatum, Rose McGowan. But yeah, Rose McGowan gets killed, and it's very funny. And Ghostface is just like, yo.
Like the thing about that movie that I really like is that it doesn't take itself too serious. Like it knows when to just kind of be like, it's making dark humor, but it's
making fun of the genre.
Yeah.
And at the same time, reinventing it.
Right.
And that's what I love about it.
And, like, the revelation of who... I'm not going to say who it is. Because if you haven't seen Scream, go see it.
It's got a good twist.
The twist at the end is great.
No, it's not Shyamalan.
Okay, found footage?
Found footage!
Okay.
Great.
Okay, next thing. What's your favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie? Just for funsies.
Last Airbender, dude. Or is it The Wizard? I love The Wizard.
He didn't direct The Wizard.
What?
No,
You're telling me that Michael Bay didn't direct The Wizard?
He didn't direct... What's your favorite...
Let's go over the best...
What's your actual favorite M. Night Shyamalan?
What's my favorite quote from The
Hammer.
Wizard? My favorite quote from The Wizard? Well, there are 3 contenders. The first best quote is when the mentally disturbed child is walking down the street.
California!
That's a good one. The second one, when you first meet Lucas, and he pulls out, I love the power glove. It's so bad. But the best quote in the movie has to be when that little girl is in the casino, and they're trying to escape from the guy, and she just pulls out, "Ah! He touched my breast!" and screams it. And then all these guys are like,
that was the least feminine I've ever heard somebody say anything.
All these guys turn around, they're like, "Why are you touching that little girl?" and beat up the dude in glasses.
He didn't touch your breast, by the way.
It's a wholesome family movie. It's not an ad for Super Mario Brothers 3. I promise.
Or the Power Glove, or just
or
the Nintendo Entertainment,
or Zelda 2. Dad, it's Zelda 2.
Christian Slater's in that movie for some reason.
Yeah, he is. Okay, sorry. My favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie is Signs.
Really, you like Signs a lot?
It's the only one of his I like. Well, Sixth Sense is cool, but Signs was cool when I was a kid, and I have a soft spot for it.
Mine is Unbreakable with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. I think that movie is a masterpiece.
Do I have to give this man a good movie?
Okay, what is your most tolerated movie in my Shyamalan?
That's actually a tie. Okay. I can deal with Sixth Sense, and I can deal with The Village. Those are my 2 tolerable.
What about Lady in the Water? I'm kidding. That movie's terrible. The Happening's also terrible.
I hate that
Devil is awful as well.
He didn't even direct that one. He just wrote it.
Yeah. Well, he didn't direct it, but he still.
No, he wrote the line. What is it? The butter side down or something?
Jelly side up. Toast. Give me a second. You know how this genius wrote how he explained everything about his movie? It's that the devil is always present when toast falls jelly side up. They literally jelly up the side of a piece of bread, hold it up into the air, everyone's sitting there like around, and they drop the bread and it falls jelly side up, and they're like,
Oh!
that's the devil.
Low bass. Boom.
And that concept of the movie looks so cool, too. I was excited to see that.
Devil in an elevator, yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's like 4 strangers trapped in a place.
It's like 6, though. It's like a
Yeah.
bunch of them.
Also,
All
the
right.
twist was awful. All right,
It wasn't bad.
let's kill this thing.
Not permanently. There's going to be an episode 3, I promise.
And we all quit.
Everyone's gone. Thank you, all 34 of you.
Okay, I'm gonna do the outro so that this doesn't
I can
happen.
do it. Okay, so thank you for watching the station. Make sure you subscribe to our podcast. We are now available on not only iTunes, but also on Google Play Music and Stitcher. So check us out on all those channels. You know, we got our RSS feed. This will be uploaded to YouTube a few days after it's uploaded to everything else. So yeah, on that YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe. Follow our Twitter at The Station Show.
Give us suggestions on what we need to do
Yeah,
better.
please
Like
give us
record
suggestions.
outside while it's windy.
It was not windy.
It wasn't
like an
windy
hour
when
ago.
we started, okay? But
Things did not necessarily go as planned, but it was still fun. But anyway, yeah. So follow us on Twitter. Stay tuned for it on YouTube. You can leave comments. Send us messages on Twitter. Do all that. Get involved.
Send us mail. I want your DNA. I want you to send me hair. I want
Mail
you to send
Monday.
me pictures of my face.
Social security number. I'm just kidding.
Send your credit
Please
card
don't do
information.
that.
Pay us. Buy us.
Okay, but for real, check out our Twitter. Check us out on YouTube if you would. If you're already watching this on YouTube, this is uploaded through a podcast feed first, which you can find on the iTunes Store and now on Google Play and now on Stitcher.
there should be a link in the description.
There will be a link in the description and you can also find it through the Station Show blog that is through Libsyn, which we use to publish. So I want to thank my two friends for being here with me. Grayson, who did the intro. Where can people find you online?
At snailmail27 on Twitter.
Awesome. Charles, thank you again for being on here.
Lonely Dad 22.
That's me too.
That's me.
Hashtag LonelyDad22. But no, where can we find you on social media? Where can we find you on social media?
Oh, wrong. Sorry, I thought you asked where can I find you on Satan's Meridian.
Satan's.
And on social media, I used to be at LonelyDad22. I've changed my handle to at CPainter307. Follow me there for all the neatest tips and tricks.
On how to be a lonely dad 22 times.
And
22
also
times.
on Victoria's Secret fashion model shows coverage.
Hey, look, okay, that was LonelyDad22.
Sorry, excuse me, you've changed. You can find me at Price Everett, and remember, follow us on Twitter at The Station Show. You'll see our logo on there. You'll know it's us. Thanks again for watching.
Listening.
And yeah, if you're on YouTube, then you're watching.
Christ.
I'm new at this, and I'm learning.
I'm new and I'm learning.
You should be getting next episode next week. Not entirely sure who's going to be on it because of a change in venue and location of where people are going to be and a bunch of logistics. But we'll keep you updated. At the very least, you'll have me making bad grammar mistakes and keeping you entertained.